Scorpio, hello and welcome to Gena Moon. This is your new mid-monthly tarot reading between now and the end of the month. This video is also sponsored by Psychic Source, and I'll tell you all about their amazing offer at the end of the reading. If you want to watch the link to the extended, you can find the link to the extended down in the description box below. And also I have pinned it down in the first comment that you'll see pinned down below as well. And in the extended is where we dive deeper into this entire reading, the entire situation. We go into the other person's energy, we clarify, and that's where all the little details come through. Now, if you want to book a personal reading, you can also find the link to that in the description box below, as well as in the first comment pinned down below as well. All right, without further ado, let's jump right in because, you guys, these energies have been very intense. You know, all of the celestial energies going around right now. Ooh, no, not yet. We're still shuffling. Are shifting timelines right now. Everybody is feeling it, not only you, but the entire collective. And this is a time for revelation. Whatever is out of alignment, incoherent, the truth is going to pierce through that veil. So prepare. Let's see what's going on here for you. You are starting with the dominant energy of the drum roll. Okay. It looks good. It looks very good. Someone got this recently. I'm not sure if it was you. But either way, if you see the number 9909, 999, the number 9. 9 days from today. The day that you watch the reading, not the day that the reading is posted. 9 days. A very important cycle will be closing out. And it's up to you to make the decision whether you will be strong enough, brave enough to enter a new timeline, or if you will choose to stay in the old one. Because there's a portal that's opening up 9 days from today. So prepare. Because if you do choose to step into that new portal of opportunity, not only is it going to create a new beginning for you, but it's going to bring a lot of success. You have here none other than material harvest. This is all about success, achievements, accomplishments. But look closely to that man. This man here, he looks like he's stable, right? He's sitting on a table, his hands opened up to the universal forces above, and he is in prayer mode, his own way of praying. His own way of feeling grateful. He's sitting down on that table that he built himself, chopping off woods, and he built that wooden table with his own hands. There's food on the table, there's money, there's pentacles, and there's the sun right behind him. It wasn't easy for him to be where he is at right now. Right before this moment, he was out in the field that's right behind him, working hard. Out in the sun, sweating, tired, exhausted. And there was a moment of him wanting to give up. He was hungry. He was tired. But he persevered. And he broke through his own old timeline. Now he's sitting here on the table, food, money, again, feeling grateful for his accomplishments, for his success. And more importantly, because he finally finished that timeline. It was a job that he had. He was under contract. And he decided to finish it off. Now, for a lot of you, this is you. Some of you are still out in that field. It's not easy. There are external factors that you still have to deal with, such as for him, it's the heat. For others of you, it's problems, people that you have to deal with, attitudes, behaviors, right? Many factors. For some, it could be love. For others, it could be career-related, family-related. It's a general reading, so you take the reading how it resonates. Of course, for most of you guys, it will be love because that's just what comes up in these readings the most. But you take the reading how it resonates, and just keep in mind that you can reverse the roles. Now, we're going to see, because it's a good one. This is all about success. You're being given 9 days, right? 9 days to complete this cycle, to see if you are willing to give it a go, even through the challenges. Let's see. Let's tune into each position. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, comment down below, letting me know how this reading all resonates for you. And of course, more importantly than anything else, if you do enjoy these readings, make sure that you give the video a thumbs up, because when you like the video, you give it a thumbs up. Not only is it free for you to do, but it really helps me support me and the channel, because after all, it is a self-sustaining channel. Thank you all so much for your love, support, all that good stuff. All right, let's see. Let's tune in. Okay. Ooh, okay. Get comfortable, because it's going to be intense. I can already see it. You could be dealing with the sign of Aquarius, Capricorn. We'll see what other signs come through. Of course, it could be any sign of the zodiac, but these are being emphasized right now. I see that right now you're going through some kind of healing for some of you. You still haven't fully healed from something. And for others of you, I see that right now you are standing in the middle of, should you explore a situation or should you back out? Because there's a part of you that has one foot in. Curiosity. What if? And there's another part of you that is keeping the other foot right outside the door. Just in case it's not it. Just in case something goes wrong. But still, you're not fully in and you're not fully out. I see that there is more so of an emotional inclination on your part. Something or someone here is kind of stirring your emotions, you know, kind of pulling a little bit on your heartstrings. Again, this could be an idea, a job, an offer, a person, career, family, friends, love, whatever this is for you. But there's a sense here of you not really feeling sure. Is it a risk? Should you take a risk? Or should you give up because, you know, you kind of want to avoid a loss? A loss of what? A loss of money? A loss of maybe your identity, a loss of love. So it's a risky situation for you. And what I see makes it risky is the fact that, again, there's a little bit of an emotional tie. You know, curiosity, but kind of tied in with feelings. We're going to see how this is all playing a role in your life. Okay? Now, it's a very complicated situation for you, for a lot of you right now, because I see that it's a very kind of, intense situation. It's stirring a lot within you. Your passions, your desires, your fears, your doubts. And for some of you, this is a situation that is toxic or is already turning toxic. For some, this could be some kind of, situation where you feel stuck. Can't live with them, can't live without them. If it's a person, relationship, if it's job, career, anything else, it's like, well, you hate it, but you've got to get your bills paid, so let's go back in, right? That kind of vibe. You feel stuck, you feel chained. But there's also a part of you that is allowing for this to happen. Because for some of you, could it be that you are avoiding facing some kind of truth? Avoiding growth? Because for you, facing those fears, facing that growth, you find it a little bit more challenging than staying inside this thing, whatever this is for you. Career, relationship, situation, whatever this is. I see that there is a little bit of a self-sabotaging situation happening. It's tempting. It's very tempting. It tempts you back in over and over again. The moment you want to free yourself, the moment that you tell yourself, that's it, it's over, I'm done with this person, I'm done at this job, I'm done with the situation, it tempts you back in. And so there you remain. Now, you are dealing with an outside energy, and I see that this outside energy is coming through as a little bit naive. There's a part of them that's fun. It's passionate. They have passion for you. If it's anything other than love, there's a desire there to explore something with you. But the challenge is that something here remains in just the exploration phase. It's like it's gotten stuck there, and it's becoming toxic. For some of you, there is a situation here where you are expecting an answer. You are expecting a response or a message. And that response and message is not coming through. And if it is coming through, it's coming through in a very twisted kind of way that isn't giving you clarity. You're not clear on this situation. That's why you feel like it's a risk. Now, we will see what that's all about when we clarify. But let's move into the recent past, because in the recent past, wow, you are coming through, moving very fast towards something that has captivated your attention. This could be an offer, career, love, relationship, person, whatever, whoever this is. And I feel that it kind of, gave you the green light. You saw the green light and you rushed in. This took off very fast, very quickly, a lot of passion, sparks flying, a lot of intense energy. And I'm getting the sense that you were the one who took it there, right? The passion, the will, the drive. You were the one who either initiated this or just kind of took it there. A part of you did that unconsciously because you were driven by, your instincts. Not really thinking things through. And I feel that the reason why you dove in so quickly, or it took off so quickly, was because right before that encounter, meeting, situation came about, right before you met somebody, there were a lot of delays, like you had not done that in a long time, you had not heard from them in a while, or you had never met anybody like them, or there was no offer that was similar to that. So when it came in, it was like all in. Fast. The outside energy in the recent past, again, they're coming through a little naive, wanting to kind of learn more about you, intrigued, interested. But they're coming through as wanting to offer something more stable. Not anything grandiose and big. No. Something small, right? Offering you a little hope for something stable. Showing up as an energy here that you saw as, okay, this has potential. And they want to plant the seed. So let's give it a go. Right? For some of you, this person planted the seed, but you're the one who speeded things up, in a sense. We will see what this is all about when we clarify. But right here, right now, in your present energies, you are coming through quite differently. Right now, you're coming through with a completely open heart, right? Open heart. Your feelings are there. What type of feelings? Let's see. We're going to figure this out. But I see some kind of feelings. I see some kind of emotions. Could be love. Could be annoyance. Could be fear. Could be obsession. We're going to figure it out. But for sure, some kind of feelings. Now, this outside energy, yet again, they're coming through as naive. Is this the same person, or is it a different scenario? Let's see. Because why is it that time and time again they keep coming through this outside energy as naive, not really knowing much, right? But yet curious to know, curious to explore. I see that right now this outside energy is very curious about you again, but it's a different kind of curiosity, because this curiosity, instead of leaning them in towards you, it's kind of holding them back. It's holding them back in, they're not sure either. There's a sense of them needing to trust, find reasons to trust. Now, they are holding a sword right now. And for some of you, that means that there's a mirror effect going on. Because could it be that right now, you are not trusting them, right? Because we saw you at the beginning of the reading, not really quite sure if to take a risk or not. But yet your feelings were being stirred by someone or something. And now, in the present moment, we're seeing that someone could be mirroring you. They are behaving in ways that would have you also question them. Why so mysterious? What do they really want? Why aren't they clear in what they want, right? They're not giving you clarity. In fact, for most of you guys, this person could be withdrawn from you, away from you, and or there could be some kind of spying going on. On whose side? On whose side? Wanting to investigate, wanting to do the research before really making a decision. Let's see. Because right now I see that you are more emotionally inclined than they are. They're using their mind right now. They're thinking about the situation. They're processing what's happening through the mind while you're processing it through your emotions. Now, let's go into the near future, because in the near future, on your side, I see that there is some kind of inclination towards compromise, towards let's talk it out, let's work it out, let's see how we can negotiate. For some, of course, this is money, career, family, finances, friends, but for a lot of you, it's love. Whatever this is, I see that for some, there could be talks about money, about security, about safety, about, right, just practical matters. The practical aspects of the situation. And there is a small group of you where in the near future there could potentially be a third-party situation. Third-party situations, of course, if it's love, could be a lover, but if it's anything other than, it could be a family member, a friend, a foe, a lawyer, right? Any third-party energy. Negotiation. Let's talk it out. Let's work it out. Okay. Very practical matters, being discussed. A conversation. The outside energy in the near future, they're coming through feeling like this is not what they expected out of the conversation, negotiation, whatever, right? They came in wanting to try this, but there is something here where from the negotiation or conversation or, communication, they felt a need, or they will be feeling a need near future, to back away. To back away because something here about this communication, conversation in the near future, they feel like it's not what they want to hear, what they want, it's like it's not what they signed up for. And so instead of them continuing to negotiate or try and talk it out, they kind of feel like it's useless. Like you're going to end up doing whatever you want anyway, so they back out. Interesting. Now, here's a twist. Because right when they back out, they finally get some clarity about you. Because whatever they have been confused about right now, that's kind of keeping them away from you, that's keeping them in not being sure whether they can trust this or not. In the near future, it looks like they finally get the answer, but not through you. Not through you. Let's start clarifying because this is getting very complicated. And what I'm sensing here is that there's something here that for both of you, it feels risky on one side, but it also feels very passionate on the other side. Right? Can't live with them, can't live without them. It's some kind of bond, some kind of situation, negotiation. And the way that I'm seeing it right now is that someone here is backing off because they don't want to deal with the discomfort of appearing weak. They don't want to release control. So they keep something going, even if it's still toxic. And I feel that for a lot of you, this could be you. This could be you because the devil is on your side. What is keeping you stuck? Is it really that other person, the outside energy, or is it your sense of control? Right? Wanting to keep something under your thumb. Let's see. All right, let's clarify your energy first. Oh. Okay. This is very interesting because there is real love on your side. On your side, the emotions are real. But what's challenging about this is that something is blocking off healing. Something is blocking off renewal. And for some of you, you are blocking off real love. By wanting to keep things in control, you keep things in the area of something toxic, right? For some, it's difficult for you to release this temporary pleasure that fills a void within you. but only temporarily. Because what I feel here is that underneath the surface that you are not showing, because you're trying to stay in control. What you're not really showing here is that this certain addiction, self-sabotaging behavior, relationship is sort of like your escape. You know, like you're escaping from really acknowledging that what you really want is something pure and something real. But yet you keep it going. Why? Because of control? Right? Because what I see here is that it's blocking off the healthy version of what could potentially be a soulmate union, soulmate connection. Because if you see here, these two are the same. Right? But in this situation, they're being controlled by the devil. And in this one, they're being guided by an angel. There's darkness on this side. There's a blue sky on the other side. So underneath this whole thing, this is being disguised. I'm sensing that for some of you, you are keeping a connection or a situation at a very surface level. You know, those types of connections that are called situationships? Yeah, those. That's just an example. Of course, it could be anything else for you. But something here being kept at a very surface level, the passion is there, the chemistry is there, maybe, you know, the intimacy is so good for you. And for others, it could be, you know, all about, like, you know, materialism, a surface level type of situations, money, alcohol, an addictive cycle. Surface level. But it's blocking off real love. Because that's what you really, truly desire. For some, it could be the renewal of love. That is a potential, but because you want to control this situation, you refuse to let it go, you keep this one going. You keep feeding this one, and you are starving this one. But here's the illusion. The illusion is that you think that this one is this one. That's what you think. That's what the devil comes in and has you believe. It has you believe that this is real love, the toxic one, the one that hurts you, the one that betrays you, the one that you betray. Betray who? Yourself. Right? The more that you betray yourself, the more that you keep betraying the one that you actually want. And yeah, there's a need for healing. I see that there's healing here, right? This energy here of, should you take a risk into this timeline? It's interesting because you feel like this is the risky one. And you feel like this is the one that is bringing you security. I can see why, because you know it already. You know, the devil that you know. So why go towards the unknown if this is the devil that you already know? Let's see. For some, this could be the same connection, but for a lot of you, this can actually be a brand new one, right? Because we talked about closing out a cycle in your life that is not easy, hasn't been easy, in order for you to finally sit at that table and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Let's see. For some of you, there could be a third party. This third party situation can be involved making things complicated, right? Even more complicated. For others of you, you're just wanting to keep it very surface level. Like, oh, I don't want to get my feelings involved, so I'll just keep it as a situationship, even though inside you, what you really want is something real. But still, you kind of tell yourself it's fun. You're just having fun. Or the devil is kind of trying to convince you of that. Let's see. Let's look into this outside energy. What's that all about? Wow. I see that this outside energy, yes, the spark is there. Wow. I mean, I can see why it's not easy for you to back away from it. Because they're coming in offering you a stick, a wand, right? Passion, sparks fly, chemistry. Wow, feels good. But what else are they offering? Because I don't really see anything other than this. For some of you, if there is a third party involved, the spark on the outside energy has dwindled. And they're looking for the spark elsewhere. But again, I see that it's just that. I don't see anything other than that, right? Other than just fun, intimacy, that kind of thing. Passion. Because they're coming through feeling very lonely. They're coming through feeling not worthy, not enough. For some, this person could be financially struggling. They could be stuck in an old timeline that they're pulling you into. But no, you're not a victim, because you're going in yourself. Right? You're letting yourself be pulled into it right now. Now, I see that this outside energy, for a lot of you, is dealing with a lot of unhealed wounds. Fear of abandonment. Fear of being good enough, right? Running away. Not having yet dealt with childhood trauma, childhood issues. They have financial troubles for some of you. Being left out in the cold. And there's a sense here of you feeling all that within them, which is where your love comes from, right? You either want to heal them, you want to rescue them, you want to be there for them, but this is already turning very toxic, especially for you, because on their side, there's still a sense of, lightheartedness about it. Like they're not being as affected by it. But then it's interesting because the one who's got control could be you. Now, do you remember the cycle we talked about at the beginning of the reading? You having to make a decision between an old chapter, an old timeline, an old cycle, and a brand new one, right? It's coming through, and it's coming through on their side. Here it is. There is a cycle between you and this outside energy that has been playing itself out. You guys have gone through ups, downs, good times, bad times. You guys have learned a lot through this journey, right? And even though there is something that is already coming up to the surface and saying, okay, your time is up. You guys have lived what you said you were going to live out in this lifetime for this chapter. And your time is up. But there is resistance in closing out this chapter. There is resistance in wanting to turn the page. So, therefore, this has become and will continue to be toxic until you actually face the fact that you guys have hit a wall. And there's loose ends that, yes, they need to be tied up, but still haven't. Now, I also see here that because in your present moment, you're coming through with love in your heart, real, genuine emotions, which we just saw earlier. I still need to know, how is it that you are using these emotions, right? Because what it looks like is that there is a certain kind of situation here that is calling for evolution. But that would require for you to release control and allow vulnerability. Because what you really want is something completely different than the toxic cycle. And it comes with taking off that mask, right? It's like an unmasking, like a revelation type of situation here. Because I feel that there's a part of you that has been carrying what isn't yours. You've been carrying this other person's pain. You want to heal it. You feel like you might be the savior, the rescuer, the helper. But by doing that, again, you are pushing away the timeline that is the healthier one, right? The one that your soul desires, but your ego keeps clinging on to this. For some of you, like I said, it's with the same person. For others, it's completely new one. Whatever the case, I feel that this bond, this connection, the situation is already splitting. The timelines are splitting. But there's a choice that you still have to make. You have not made this choice yet. And this choice is what changes everything. Because what this is saying is your future self is coming in and saying, in the near future, there's a potential for you to renegotiate or finally talk about the hard stuff, right? The practical stuff. Because what this person energy is offering right now isn't anything stable and grounded. But there's something here related to you being afraid of even going there yourself or mentioning this yourself, because you yourself have been keeping yourself from going into your heart. Right? But what I see happening in the near future is if you actually decide to go there, you're going to have to take a risk. Because there's a potential where this person, outside energy, whether it's a new person or this one, will not like it. They won't like it. They will back away. But are you willing to take that risk? Because I see that when they back away, that's where true enlightenment comes in. Right? The truth really comes out. But there's a part of you that right now you are not ready to speak about that truth or hear what they've got to say about it either. Because your feelings are involved. And when your feelings are involved, it's just not that simple, right? But there's a reason why this person is staying away right now. Is it that they don't trust you, or is it that they don't want to reveal their cards? Because why is it that this person refuses to grow? In every position, they keep showing up similarly, right? Very naive. It's like, okay, let's get something started, and then you think it's going to go somewhere, and then it just rebounds back down to square one, right? To square one, and square one. It doesn't change. It's keeping things in limbo. We're going to go into the extended because this is getting very complex. And I need to know what exactly is keeping this outside energy from growing. Is it really the fact that you refuse to release control, or is that just a part of it? Because there's a sense here where right now there is misinformation. Something that they're telling you isn't all that true. There's a missing piece here. And we're going to find out what that missing piece is. Okay? But before we go into the extended, let's go ahead and get one of these messages. Wow. I can see why this is difficult. Because that deeper part of you that you don't really expose to anyone, not even to yourself at times, you keep it very hidden, knows that there's something very real about what you desire and about what you can potentially create. Because I feel that the addiction to whatever this thing is, it's not just to pleasure you. Yeah, it's a temporary relief. It's a temporary pleasure because for you, letting it go for you right now isn't easy. So, it's not really giving you much pleasure. It's giving you a headache at this point. But what I'm getting here is that by keeping it going in this direction, toxic, keeping it here, you are actually numbing the real feelings and the real potential. Calling this real when what you really want is, this says proposal. Being engaged, signing the contract, putting the ring on it, living together, taking the next steps in the relationship to make it official. Let's move in together and get married. Yeah. That's the potential. We're going to go into the extended now because, again, this is getting very complex. But in the extended, that's where we're going to clarify all this. We're going to dive deeper into this other person's energy, their subconscious thoughts about you, their deeper feelings, emotions for you, their next moves, actions towards you, how the situation is all going to turn out and unfold for you, what will be the final result, and we will end the reading with any messages from Spirit for guidance for you to know what to do. So if you want to check that out, the link to the extended is down in the description box below. You can also find it in the first comment that I've pinned down below as well. And of course, if you want to book a personal reading, if you have some personal questions, you can also find the link down there. Also, stay tuned because I will be telling you a little bit more about the offer that I have for you from Psychic Source. For you, all of my loyal viewers, it is an amazing offer if you want to check it out. Stay tuned. But for now, I'll see you in the extended. I'd like to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Psychic Source. They've been around for over 35 years, and they are one of the most trusted psychic services out there. Now, you all know that I do readings myself. And honestly, I was very curious to know. So I went ahead and I called one of their advisors just to get some clarity. And yes, it did help me confirm what I already knew within me. Because you are my loyal viewers, they're offering you 40 minutes for only $19.80. That's literally less than $20, you guys. And during the 40 minutes, you can connect with as many advisors as you want. This way you can have different perspectives from different advisors. So if you want to try this out, just click on the first link that's down in the description box below. Or you can visit trypsychicsource.com/Gena Moon. Make sure that you spell my name correctly because that is your code. Gena Moon. A big thank you to Psychic Source for sponsoring today's video. In the extended reading, I go into the other person's subconsciousness, their deeper thoughts about you, their deeper feelings for you, their next actions, moves, and more. And thank you all so much for all of your positive feedback for the extended reading. I am so glad that you guys are loving the extended reading so much. So again, if you want to check out the link to the extended, the link is down in the description box below.